Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening from this hour. I thank you so much for the feedback that I got from you in the last video. So that has motivated me to come on the screen today again with you to continue our series. My name is Joseph. If you are new here, I am a Microsoft certified trainer. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do, for a lot of contents are coming up that will be very useful to you. And if you've not given my videos go and like them, share with your friends so they can watch and then get themselves educated with Microsoft 365 knowledge. Okay, having said that, we have started off from a lot of things, from creating the tenant, from purchasing licenses. I will go to where we created users, and we spent most of our time looking at active users, different ways of creating active users, and that was how we got all these users, giving them licenses, removing licenses, creating unlicensed users. You can remember all of those. If you've not watched that, you can go back to the previous videos to see what was done and how it was done. Okay, so today we are going to the next point under users, and that's contacts. Okay, now contacts, let's see what is there. Contacts are people outside your organization that you would like everyone to be able to find. Anyone listed here can be found in Outlook under people in M365. Okay, so now this is saying contacts are people outside of your organization, right? So let's see how we can create a contact. We add contact by clicking add contact here, and then it asks for name, the last name, the display name, the email address, and so on. Now let's go to another organization and bring in a user that is a member of that organization. I have one organization here. It is called Pillars Concepts. All right. So looking at this, this is Pillars Concepts domain. Let me just show you that. Looking at this is admin at pillarsconcepts.microsoft.com. So I'm going to randomly pick a user from here, and I want to be consulting these tenants. I mean, this user in this organization. Let's say this user, maybe our titles. Okay, so what is this person's email address? This is the email address. Let me just copy it because I'm going to need it in our Joseph training portal. I mean, yeah, like a tenant. Okay, so let's go back to our browser here, Joseph Trainer. Of course, you can see that here, right? This is Joseph Trainer, tenants, the one we created together, right? So looking at this, I'm going to go to add contacts. I remember that person's name is Mabel. Um, Titus. The display name, of course, it will come automatically. And then the email address we copied from there is t underscore this at pillarsconcepts.microsoft.com. Of course, there's no need to hide this user from the global address list. So I will just go down to see if I could, add more details to this user's. The company is actually Pillars Concepts. Concepts. Okay, so office phone number, let's say this mobile number, we can fill them out, but it's not necessary, tag fax number and all of that. The title, we can say facility manager. Okay, so website, we could add website for this person, the city, the state, the province, and all of that. Okay, excuse me. Now coming down to mail tip, this is just what is going to tell your internal users a brief description on who this person is and what you should be able to ask via email when sending email to this person. Okay, so we can say you can report all facility related issues with Mabel. Okay, so now having done this, we're going to click on add contacts. We'll see the difference between this contact. This contact is going to be saved under people so that when you are sending an email to this user, you can search for, her with whatever, with her email, with her name, with the job description as facility manager. Okay, it's saying that allow 30 minutes for your changes to take effect. Everyone in your organization can find this contact in Outlook. Okay, so you can add another contact. You can edit this contact detail of this user, but I don't want to do that right now. Let me just refresh. It says 30 minutes, but we may be lucky that it will sync before then. All right, so let's just try to open our Outlook and see if we can get maybe our titles listed among our contacts. So coming down to Outlook this way, we are going to click on people. This is Outlook, and then down here you have people, right? So let's click on this place to see if we check the GAL, if we're going to find that user. So default global address list, and then we are looking for Mabel titles. Let's just scroll down, see. Oh, she's already here, right? This is our email address. I mean, these are contact as a whole, and everyone in the organization can now see this, and that she's a facility manager, right? So if you want to send her a mail and you click here, so you are going to see that mail tip that you gave as a description, titles Mabel. You can report all facility related issue with Mabel, right? So if you send an email here, if you give it a topic, roof leakage, and then is the title of the email. You say, hi Mabel, this is to report a roof leakage in block 002. Regards, Joseph. All right, so we hit on send. So Mabel in the other company is going to get this email coming to her. Let's now say we use come up here in our Outlook. I will just do facility. Let's see if that is taking effect already. Facility, yeah, look at it. Because you're typing facility manager is already bringing up Mabel for you. So if you come here and then you just say titles, is going to bring this user up for you. Though it is not your domain, right? This is a user outside of your organization, but you can contact her as an external user. I know why I'm emphasizing on the word external user, because an external user is different from a guest user, where we are going to be looking at right now. A guest user is an invited user to your organization. Is not like the contact that you saved. The contact you saved still remains an external account. What I mean is that it still remains an external user, but the guest is the one that you've invited from another domain to join your organization, maybe to come and partner in a particular project for a while, and you're going to generate an email address for that user to be able to sign in as a guest. Now you have two different ways of creating a guest. Let's now click on add guest user. So if that loads, then you find out that you have the option to invite. Of course, you see that immediately I clicked on guest, create guest user, it is taking me to Azure Active Directory, because this is where guests are created. Okay, so now you have two options: bulk invite and create a new location under bulk operation, new member and informational. Now select templates. You have two options here: create a user, invite a user. You could use option to invite. If you want to use the option to invite, you could just paste the email address, put the details here, send it to the other account, and that user has to accept. Let's now see. Let me just quickly do one. Display name is Joseph Feso. In the other tenant that I am, Joseph Feso, and my email address there is admin at pillarsconcepts.onmicrosoft.com. And now my first name is, of course, Joseph. My last name is Afeso. Okay, so personal message. If I choose to, I can decide to just type in, personal message for that user that I'm going to invite. Okay, and that's that. The job title and all of that. Let me just click on invite. Now it's inviting this user, Joseph Afeso, in the other tenant dot on Microsoft.com account, right? This is going to be popping up for Joseph Afeso in his own inbox that he has been invited to Joseph Trainer domain, successfully invited the user. Now let's go to that user's domain. That user is signed in here in another organization. Remember, don't get it twisted, okay? Just follow through. If you have any question, you can also ask me via the comment section. Let's see. So I'm loading my inbox in the pillars concept dot on Microsoft.com domain. So let's see, invitation. Look at it. Just hold on. It's loading up. Okay, let me click on inbox again. Okay, I think invited you to guests. Let me see. Allow. Just hold on, please. I'm sorry. Okay. Where's the email going to enter? No, not that actually. I'm supposed to get an email here. Let me see who is signed in here. Yeah, admin at pillarsconcept.com. Just hold on. Let's look for that email. Inbox is showing this. Sent a message. Not that. Let's check our. No. Let's check our junk email. Did not enter here. Okay, yeah, here is it. Invitation, right? It is saying that look at it. 740, right before all of this. Okay. So this just entered. Saying Microsoft invitation on behalf of Joseph Trainer. Who is this? Is inviting you to this tenant. Is inviting you. Look at it. Sender Joseph Afeso at josephtrainer.com. Organization is Joseph Trainer Organization. Then the domain is josephtrainer.onmicrosoft.com. This is where they're inviting you to. Message that is in there. That message I typed in between the personal message. That is it. And then I will either accept or decline. So if I accept this invitation, it's processing the acceptance of the invitation to that account. Yeah, look at it. Telling me now to accept, I will accept. Just a moment. It will process, and then I will have presence in the Joseph Trainer domain account, but with this email address and then ext showing that I'm an external user in that domain. Just hold on. Just hold on. That is processing. Okay, let's check the other tenants now here. Okay, so let's get to guest users. Let's refresh this browser. Sometimes it could take a while for this user to show up. Okay, he's already here, right? Guest user. Email address is admin at pillarsconcept.onmicrosoft.com as a guest user in my tenants. And then look at what I was telling you. His email address in my own account is admin at pillarsconcept.ext, my own domain. Now, coming to this place, I think it will be clearer here. Let's go to Azure Active Directory. Let's look at this here. This is it. Now, under users, you'll find out that Joseph Afeso is going to be listed among the users that we have here, and it's going to show that the user type is guest. Look at it. User type is guest Joseph Afeso. This, and then you can expand this to look at the details I'm talking about. Yes, you look at the email address of this user telling you that admin at pillarsconcept.microsoft.com is an external user to josephtrainer.microsoft.com domain. Okay. Now, the difference between the guest user and the external users are very many. But of course, you have to take your time to understand how it works. All right, I will drop this link on the comment section so that you can look at what guests can do and what external user can do. Things your users can do when communicating with people outside of your organization. This is for external users. This is for guest users. Of course, you know there are some places that you have external, like share file is no for external user, but yes for guest users. What that means is that if you are chatting with a guest user, you will not have the option, the attachment option in your Teams. I mean, with external users, you will not have the attachment option in your chat, but with a guest user, you will have that. Okay, so if you have Teams this way, and then you are in the chat, you can try this out on your own. Let me quickly look at this. You will not have, you see, okay, this is an external user to me. I'm not going to have the attachment option because this is an external user. But for a guest user, right, for a guest user, you are going to have this option of attachment. It's coming up here for you to attach a file. But it's not the same when you have, repetition is very important here. It's not the same when you are chatting with an external user. You only have the option to, do formats, mark as important, GIF and all of that. You don't have the option to attach any file to an external user. That is why this is saying here that file attachment or share file is no for an external user, but yes for a guest user. So these are the differences and the major differences between guest users and external users. So the essence of this clip is for you to understand how to create guest users and create contacts in Microsoft Teams. So contacts are still external users, but guest users are invited to your organization. There is another way to create guest users, and that is by creating, not by invitation, but by creating the user from as a guest user in your organization. That also I should not just keep entirely because I just want to show you how to do that. You can play around that yourself to see how that works. So we did the invitation option, right? So you can do the option to create an external user, and you can start that from here. You can start that from, if you have multiple domain, you can do that, and then you can set name for the guest users, the guest user, and you can do all of this down below to see how. But most of the time guests are usually invited, so the option to create is not always used, but you can also explore it to understand how that works. So going back to our admin center, you can see that we have covered the option of active users in several videos. We have done the same thing on contacts now, and we have done guests. Maybe the next video we are going to be looking at how to delete and restore a user. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to ask me a question regarding this that you have just watched, of course you can drop me a message on LinkedIn. I will just show you my page right now so that you can drop me a DM and I'll be happy to respond to you. And if you need anyone also to assist you to set up your organization, you can also contact me and I'll be very happy to be of assistance to you. This is my profile, so you can just quickly send me a chat request that I assist you to do anything regarding M365, and I'll just jump on the screen and assist you to do that. If you need a freelancer too to collaborate with to resolve a problem or to suggest feature for you, you can also contact me. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.